Hey everyone, welcome to this pick a pile reading. So today we are doing a reading on the devil card energy. What's going on in your life in relation to this devil card energy and its messages for you. So look into the devil card if you need a refresher or you're unfamiliar with tarot yourself. I will contribute a little bit in the intro here about my meaning, what I mean by this. So the devil card is associated with the sign of Capricorn and the planet Saturn. Here, Saturn is planet of restrictions. Restrictions, again, we don't want to think of this as like all bad or all good, because it's really both and neither. Two sides of a coin always. So, restrictions keep us safe. They protect us. We have walls in our cells that keep us alive. That's a sort of restriction, a boundary, a barrier. But sometimes there's restrictions like, wearing a helmet when you learn to ride a bike, especially when you're learning, but in general, these things can keep you safe. But there's also harmful restrictions that the soul feels enslaved by, and so forth. So there's this energy of that. There's this energy of restrictions, of limitations. But the devil energy too is very much about what we dedicate ourselves to or strive towards, or what we become obsessed with, and put a lot of energy into. The 10th house, again, Saturn, ruling the 10th house. The 10th house energy is associated with careers, as an example, and life purpose. It's an energy of self-discipline and discipline in general. There's sexuality is also associated with 15 major arcana, the devil card. Sexuality, sex, sexual expression. So we're going to cover whatever comes through on the topic. Option 1 is over here. You have the devil card from the Nightmare Before Christmas deck on top of your pile. Option 2 in the center. This one is from the Navigators of the Mystic Sea Tarot. And option 3 at the end, the smaller tarot deck I have with me here. This image of the devil card. So your timestamps, as always, will be found down below in the description. Pause the video if you need more time. Use this when you're ready to skip ahead. I'm going to move into option 1 with everyone selecting option 1 and see what comes through. Okay. So you have here, guys, the Fairy Ink Cap Subtlety as your mushroom card. And you have a song here. I need to get something to toss, see which lyrics apply for you. Okay, these two here. So the song Just Be by Tiesto, and Listening and Learning and Yearning, Run River Run, the Shirley Temple theme song. Okay. So I'm going to read out of the book for the Fairy Ink Cap, and then we'll get into the tarot. Before I do that, I just want to point out the numbers. If any of y'all want to look up angel number meanings, you have angel number 422. All right. Some of you may smoke cannabis, or you have in the past. 422 energy, so pretty close to 420. And I feel like that's coming up because of the aspect of dealing with the shadow and the shadow self, and the devil card being associated with the shadow side of the self. Okay. Some things come and go in the blink of an eye. One day they are there, and the next they are gone. The energy here is delicate and fairy-like. This subtle energy is here to create a magical atmosphere, a beauty that sometimes goes unseen. Are you noticing the subtle energies around you, or are you too busy to notice? Fairy Ink Cap reminds you that many small or subtle acts can create massive shifts. This card is a reminder to be subtle. Moving in on something like a steamroller might not be the right course of action. Subtlety is key here and can be extremely powerful, so give it a try. Someone may be trying to tell you something that you are not hearing because it is very subtle. Much wisdom can be gained by observing and feeling the subtle energy around you. Every plant, tree, or flower is giving off subtle energy. People, pets, and places may have a subtle energy that can only be felt when you quiet yourself enough to be able to sense it. Fairy Ink Cap says to slow down, create stillness and mindfulness in your practices, and you will gain great wisdom from the energies around you. You don't need to go out and search for this energy. It will find you if it hasn't already. But be ready to listen and take it on board, because it could come and go before you even realize it. Wow. All right. I'm also getting like, because of the extreme aspect here with the theme of the reading, it's showing me like things that are so beautiful it hurts. You know, it's like pain and pleasure. Sometimes they're right there, like they're right next to each other. Pain, pleasure. We could say two sides of the same coin, but it's like just very. Sometimes it's a very subtle or thin line between the two. And again, they're talking about things that are so so wonderful, so beautiful, so blissful, that it sort of hurts, or there's some pain with the pleasure. We recognize, oh, this isn't going to last forever, or it is fleeting. It's just like way too quick. So okay, let's see what else comes through. All right, as far as zodiac signs go, on the table you have the sign of Leo represented, you have the sign of Scorpio represented, and maybe Pisces, Virgo energy represented. So these could be people, it could be energies within your own chart, it could be things going on currently astrologically that's influencing you, or that influences you in the situation coming up to be spoken of. Okay, so the Four of Clits goes into the Sun card, goes into Death reverse, the Eight of Testicles reverse, the Seven of Clits right side up, the Six of Flesh Swords right side up, Ace of Clits reverse, Three of Sex Wands reverse, and the Hermit at the end. So you do have this reoccurring message here with the Hermit energy about taking time away from busy energies, you know, time in silence, time in meditation, time alone in your room, or time out in nature where it's quiet, it's peaceful, so that you can really hear those subtle energies and those subtle messages. Or it doesn't have to be the hearing sense that's used, you know, seeing, tasting, feeling. You can pick up these more subtle messages and experiences and things that are you're looking to align with, they're looking to align with you. It's also a way to reduce stress and cleanse your energy. Sometimes, you know, there can be a huge accumulation of something. The Devil card can also represent that. It's like, how much can it or you take? And we are going to test it. We are really going to weigh this thing down. We're going to go to an extreme here. And so this is like bringing in some healing in relation to this, or bringing in some balance in relation to this. Okay. So here we start off on a pretty happy note. A lot of you, I feel like there's this message of like unity or partnership or love. There's sexual connection for some of you. Or it's just like embracing polarities and opposites, the light and the shadow aspects of the self possibly, and really bringing them into harmony, bringing them into unison, bringing them into balance, creating a foundation from that. And the Sun card, this is pleasurable. This is a pleasurable experience. This allows you to also like develop talents, skills, practice your hobbies, do things that you enjoy. make your babies, raise your babies, the sun energy. The death card reverse maybe indicates some sort of change that has already occurred, change that's been gone through in the past, or it's some sort of resistance to change in the present moment for some of you. For some of you, it's a blockage related to your sex life, or some sort of sexual hang-up or issue that you may be working through or somebody else is working through. The 8 of Testicles reverse, the 7 of Clits reverse. Yeah, I feel like there's this energy of like, let's work smarter rather than harder when we can. Let's not work excessively hard in vain, just out of habit or ill programming. Balance is a good thing. So the 8 of Testicles could refer to being out of work for some of you. It could refer to being like careful in selecting what is worth you dedicating yourself to, you know. If you're going to put in energy, time, dedication, love, persistence, you know, over a period of time and build something, make something happen, work for something to be achieved, you want to make sure it's worth it. And so this could involve like some sort of like, do we sign on the dotted line or don't we? Do we commit to this or don't we? Hanging in the energy. It's like a thought form, but it's yet to manifest. But for some of you, this is some sort of rejection in relation to work. Either you're rejecting the job, not taking a job, or they're rejecting you, or somebody rejecting or saying, not right now, I'm not willing to dedicate or do what I need to do to achieve something with you. Or it's maybe even not knowing what it takes to do that. The 7 of Clits into the 6 of Flesh Swords, I see some progress, I see some movement, I see like we're getting into the higher mind here. Thoughts are freed, you know, they're not just circling around and around anymore, they're freed, they're expanding. Our ideas, our visions, expanding, communication could be expanding with this. It could really be like getting in the flow of a good conversation that's coming through. It's a prediction, advice for some of you. Okay, Ace of Clits reverse, 3 of Sex Wands reverse, Hermit, yeah. But it feels like, again, there's some sort of blockage to some sort of new beginning that may be desired, or some sort of synergy, okay? And they're saying the reason is lack of hermit mode. The reason is needing more hermit mode time. That's the solution, okay? And sometimes it's like... the hermit mode energy is like privacy or time and space from and detachment from certain thoughts. If we've been obsessively thinking about something or someone over and over again, the hermit mode isn't just saying get away from them. It's saying get away from the repetition, get away from the thoughts themselves, clear the mind, create some sort of separation and peace and sanctity. Okay. Anything else for them? Or do we have all the messages? Clits is reversed. Yeah. I feel like presently there's some sort of maybe resistance, or it's like we're not quite ready yet to hold our cup out and receive new love or emotions, something. This could be your energy, this could be somebody else's energy, but again, it keeps saying that the solution is in the Hermit energy. Sun card here. Four of Clits. That's what I've got for messages coming through for you. I'm going to leave your reading here and move into the next one. Many blessings to you guys, and bye-bye. All right, pile 2. Here we go. Let's take a look what we've got here for you. You have bamboo mushroom, fertility. And we have this one here. Okay. I don't know if I was just showing you my shoe or what. Sorry, guys. Keep these separate. Okay. So we're going to look in the book and read about the bamboo mushroom. We also need to toss something on the card to figure out which song lyrics are for you. Okay, you say it best when you say nothing at all. You say it best when you say nothing at all. Bamboo mushroom. Okay. So, as its Latin name, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, guys, but as its Latin name implies, the center of the bamboo mushroom looks phallic. This stinkhorn mushroom is good at what it does, and that is all about spreading its spores as widely as possible. This card represents having a thorough understanding of what is necessary to achieve what you need to grow and spread your seeds. Drawing this card suggests that if you set the scene right by understanding the relationships you rely on, everything will come to you effortlessly to ensure your survival and spread your seeds. When you rely on others, you must understand their needs as much as your own to make any mutual relationship work. What you offer must be enticing and without having to do too much more. Others will spread the word because you have laid the foundations right. Being in relationships with other people can help you achieve and grow in ways that you necessarily can't on your own. The net you scatter is not to catch people, it is to help them get to where they want to be. You can show them how to overcome their obstacles, and in return, they help you overcome yours. Drawing the fertility card indicates that something is about to spread and grow through the help of others, or it may be you who is helping someone else achieve their dream. You have done the necessary work, and now you have to be patient to allow others to do theirs. Okay, so yeah, being patient, allow others to do theirs. You say it best when you say nothing at all. This is giving that message like, hold your 2 cents, think 2, 3, 4 times before you give your 2 cents. Listen twice as much as you speak. That type of balancing energy and that type of discipline is apt to serve you well in the long run. 5 of flesh swords reverse. Yeah, I feel like somebody is tired of arguing, or it's like drop the arguing, the bickering, the trying to prove one's point. Just for now at least, like, let's drop that, let's put that aside. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah, when we do that, you're moving into an energy like a positive shift here. You're stepping into good fortune, positive change. The wheel is turning in your favor. And then we have the 10 of flesh swords, so more completion energy. The 10 of flesh swords is an energy of worry a lot of times, mental anguish. The King of sex wands, reverse. Okay. And it's like, if we're dealing with all of that pressure, we've got all of that weight on our minds, how could we possibly be acting and behaving in a balanced way? Probably not. King of sex wands, and like, why would we expect the external world to mirror back to us balance if that's what's going on with us? Probably isn't, right? King of wands reverse, the star card reverse. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you, it's like that's why you've yet to get to the actualization and like materialization of certain things you've been working to manifest. The stars, like, you've been wanting certain things for your future, and it's like, well, it's not there yet. This is a part of it. Okay. Six of sex wands reverse. I'm getting this message like win or lose. Can you feel like you could be all right, win or lose? Like, if you don't have the victory, if you don't have the success, could you be all right with that? Because for a lot of you, the message here is about, like, at what cost? And is this symbiotic? Is this mutual? It feels like there's a way to... The guides are asking you basically, like, if winning means conquering, or like somebody else has to become a loser in the situation, is it really a true win? And is that the path that you're going to choose? Or is this about free will on both people's ends? It's like the Six of Wands reverse at the end. Let me go ahead and just look at these ones a little more. The energies are already in motion. Things are already moving around. Just so you know, there is this energy of like pulling back, stepping back, being in the divine feminine energy to allow balance here, and probably greater ease and success. The Ace of Testicles, Ace of Coins, the Chariot. So this could be a new job, new money, new client, new customer, new stream of income for some of you. The Ace of Testicles. Or it could just be some sort of new beginning. Maybe like grounding something into reality instead of it being, you know, there's some sort of chemistry. For an example, there's some sort of chemistry between us. We know this. We're flirting. We're both thinking about it. We're both having our feelings, right? Maybe we're both taking certain actions, right? He opened the door for me, whatever. I winked at him, whatever. But like, it's not really grounded. It's all just sort of non-physical. And so the Ace of Testicles is like, how could we ground this energy? How could we pull it in and solidify it in some way? Maybe this is about getting in a relationship. Maybe it's about getting more physical, you know, that first kiss or hug, or maybe it's about like coming to some sort of agreement, right? Yeah, we're in a relationship. Or it's like, I don't know. It could have to do with body wisdom as well. Bamboo gave you fertility. Yeah, all right. But there's potential. There's definitely a lot of potential here for success, good fortune, new beginnings. Maybe new beginnings that have longevity attached to them, very fertile beginnings, things that will work out, that will bear some sort of fruit. The Chariot, yeah, it's like taking the reins in your own life, being the driver in your own life, and not just about small things, but about the big things too, about what really matters to you, and about like your life path, not just like day to day, do I have this soup or do I have the salad, necessarily, or do I wear green or do I wear white today? It's you know, am I marrying this person or not? Am I going to bed with this person or not? Like, is this the right choice for me on all levels? The Seven of Sex Wands reverse and the Six of Sex Wands reverse. Yeah, this is about giving people free will too. It's like you're not trying to manipulate someone, get them into bed because it's what you desire and what's best for you. You're wanting it to sync up and happen if that's also what's right for them. You know, if it's right for both of you, if it's going to be what both of you desire and want. So when you're coming from that place, I feel like a lot of you will be stepping into better fortune. There's opportunity opening up for you. You have more control. It's ironic because it's like when you surrender and stop trying to force something or have control and loosen your grip, you actually have more of it, and things, you have more support. Things are flowing better for you. Okay. So that's what I've got for messages for you guys. I'm going to leave your reading here and move into the next one. Many blessings, and bye-bye. Okay. Pile 3. Let's take a look. In a book, Reading Rainbow. I don't know why the heck that popped into my head. Some of you might benefit from a chakra alignment, working with the colors of the rainbow. Educating yourself about something. There's some sort of answer for you in a book, maybe. Okay, you have the Amethyst Deceiver, and we'll also get something to toss on this card, get you a little musical input. Okay, songs. We have Sticks. You're wondering who I am. Okay, Mr. Roboto. Wondering who I am by the Sticks. And the hardest thing I'll ever have to do is look you in the eye and tell you I don't love you, 90 degrees. Oh, okay. All right. So for some of you, there is a situation here, or there was in the past, where you or somebody else thought that lying or deceiving somebody was the best move. It was what was right for them. Or the connection, or what needed or to be done. And it's like this pretending I don't love you energy or something. I don't know. We'll read out of the booklet. Let's go ahead and do that first. We'll read out of the booklet for the mushroom card, and then we'll look more into the tarot. For those of you who want to dive deeper with numbers, get yourself an angel number. You have 14-7 here. So 147 would be an angel number that could hold a message for you on this topic. Okay. Have the deceiver mushroom comes to let you know that things may not be what they seem. You may be seeing things the wrong way, or there is deceit of some kind appearing before you. Not all deceit is bad. It can be a blessing in disguise, and it may not be a conscious thing. Are you deceiving yourself about something? Are you not allowing yourself to see what is right in front of you because you haven't taken the time to truly see it? Or do you not want to see it? This card is like a trickster. It can talk to you in riddles, but at the same time make you face the reality of what is not seen. Is there a person or issue in your life that keeps changing like a chameleon, or something that you have perceived wrongly? Take a closer look. What puzzles you about the situation? Is your logic saying one thing and your intuition another? Let your intuition be your guide always. When things appear to be one thing but are actually another, your intuition will know. Your intuition is your soul compass. Trust it implicitly. Sometimes assumptions are made about people or situations, and this can come from a limited understanding or lack of interest in really getting to know more. Take the time to really observe and research the situation until you are 100% sure of what you are looking at. Don't let looks be deceiving. Seven of Hearts, I do feel like there's a message here about good luck, okay, in relation to matters of the heart, love. Some of you working with an amethyst crystal will assist you to. The Devil card reverse. Yeah, there's a very strong likeliness that someone or something is relatively new to you, and there have been some assumptions made. There's like a wondering, I wonder who you are, really, like beneath the surface, or once I've known you more intimately, or for a longer period of time. You're wondering who I am. Okay, 8 of Sex Wands reversed. Yeah, so there's this message: be cautious, be mindful. You don't have to move super, super quickly. You don't have to go full throttle with something, or like act as quickly as you possibly can. The 8 of Wands is reversed. Not at the moment yet, anyway. Not just yet. 6 of Clits, the Devil card reversed, Judgment card reversed, King of Flesh Swords. So as far as zodiac signs go on the table, you have quite a few. There could be a variety of people involved in your situation, your life. They're picking up on a lot of different people's energy here. Past, present, future, I'm not sure. But we have Sagittarius, we have Capricorn, we have Libra, we have Gemini, Aquarius, and then the water signs as well. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This could be characters in your story. There's quite a bit of major arcana energy here as well. So some of you, there's some sort of like milestone going on, or yeah, there's more than like the surface level. There's stuff going on below the surface, more than meets the eye. It's like life stage stuff. The Devil card's reversed, Judgment's reversed. The King of Flesh Swords is reversed. The King of Clits is right side up. The Temperance is reversed. The Fool is reversed. The Page of Flesh Swords is right side up. The Eight of Six Wands is here. Okay. So there's a foolish energy here. And not really in the best sense of the term, this foolish energy. It's like being misaligned or not putting in enough care, enough attention, not having the proper balance. Temperance is my recipe card. And so when it's right side up, it's like my recipe card. There are different ingredients. There are instructions to follow. There's going to be an energy transfer. You should be aware of that. Like if you're making food and you're really discouraged, or depressed or angry, that's going to be reflected in the outcome of what you're preparing. And the same goes if you're like in a really good mood, if you're blissful, if you're happy, you're feeling confident, like you're pouring love into this because you have love that's just flowing out from you naturally, overflow of love. That's going to be reflected in the outcome. And so here it's like somebody doesn't recognize that, doesn't know that, doesn't care, doesn't doing the work. It's the recipe card. So right side up again, it's also, there's more to it. There's, you have to have patience, right? It's like you preheat the oven, you wait for the oven to preheat before you put the food in. The recipe says it cooks for 45 minutes. You don't take it out 20 minutes and say you're done or it's ruined. You have to wait the full gestation period, the 45 minutes. There's a process, you have to stir something, then you have to stir it. You have to measure things and so forth. It's reverse. So I feel like it's talking a little bit more about like not being so linear, not being so precise or exact about things, being more in this divine energy, this divine feminine energy, this more like, what's the term? What is the term for that? It's a type of intuitive cooking or baking instead of following a recipe. It's more intuitive cooking. But with the King of Flesh Swords reversed here and Judgment reversed here and the Devil reversed here as well, it's like there is a serious energetic imbalance on somebody's end or with this scenario in the dynamics here. Judgment is impaired, there's confusion, people not really aligning to the higher truth or they're not making the most intelligent choices, not doing the research maybe that's needed, not communicating so effectively, and it's foolish, and maybe somebody's like recognizing they've been foolish or they're seen as a fool and what's going on here. The King of Clits is very much about the feelings, the emotions. It's very powerful energy. Water is very abundant, very powerful, can do many things, and it kind of feels like the scale is maybe tipped too far in one direction. We have too much of something, not enough of the other ingredients. It's like if you had, I don't know, 8 loaves of bread and nothing else, and you're just sitting there eating bread. Like, bread is good, but not like that. But the Page of Flesh Swords, I feel, is offering a new opportunity. Okay, new beginning, fresh start, clean slate energy, new opportunities, saying take your time. Okay, ask questions when you need to ask questions. Take notes when you need to take notes. Express yourself as well. Maybe like don't lay it all out on the table right away. Don't go into these huge things, explaining the depths of your feelings and your emotions and dive really deeply into that 8th house scorpionic energy and lose someone, scare someone half to death here. But the Page of Flesh Swords is like, let's communicate, let's talk. There's a message to send, let's send it. Let's feel things out a bit here. Let's learn. Let's freshen the mind too, and like start balancing our thoughts more, start doing the research we need to do or whatever it is. Have this positive thinking, have this awareness. The 8 of Sex Wands reverse, again, it's like moving without hesitation, delay, procrastination, without fears, doubts, like screwing up the recipe. but at the same time being aware, like, going too fast will also do what going too slow does. You want the balance. Going too fast, it's like it can actually have you lose the race, because now you're tripping, you're falling, you've got these accidents you need to clean up after. Six of Clits. Some of you, there's a past energy. There's some sort of connection to the past it's the leading energy, so it's important, and it's maybe not supposed to be here in the leading energy. This could be like, well, this is the way things have been. This is what I've learned. This is what my past has taught me, and so that's what the future is going to bring. And you're really keeping yourself trapped in a confined space in doing that. It's like you're not allowing in anything better because you won't believe it's possible. You shut the door on it right away. Go away. You're just a figment of my imagination, whether you realize that or not. The Devil card reverse is saying, like, energy is being misbalanced, misdirected. Sometimes the Devil card reverse is a perverted energy. It's toxic. Sometimes it's maybe just a bit lusty, or it's like sexual frustration, or it's kinkiness. Okay. But it also is like an imbalance of energy and dedication, and like you're working for the wrong team here. You're working against yourself, whether you realize it or not. With the Devil card reverse and the Judgment card reverse and the King of Flesh Swords reverse, yeah, it's like you're sure you're it's very pessimistic. It's like you're real sure you're gonna fail. You're real sure that you're a fool, or this person's an idiot, or it's not gonna work out, or your sex life sucks. And you keep reinforcing that, and that keeps becoming the reality, and you keep stewing in that, and you're not getting anywhere. It's like if you just turn the heat on and let the pot boil and overboil, and you're not going to be getting any soup. You're going to create a huge mess. It could be very dangerous. So I feel like this is coming through because it's saying let's get the Fool card right side up, because it's okay. We're all fools. We all make mistakes. We all do things foolish sometimes, but we don't have to be perpetually foolish. We don't have to be the village idiot. And this could be other people's energy too, not yours. I'm not saying that it is. But there's almost like an energy of like a fear of success. I'm familiar with like looking like an idiot or making mistakes. I'm not familiar with, people liking what I have to say, people listening, people wanting to talk to me. I'm not like, whatever it is, the success with the Page of Swords here. But I feel like with all this water energy, it's time. It's time for you to expand. It's time for things to flow. It's time to get out of that bubble or that hamster wheel that you're keeping yourself in, or this person is keeping themselves in. But again, if it's another person, you can't force them out. I don't think you can like force free them. You could help, maybe. You could activate something. You could say something that make them think a certain way, shift their perspective. But it's like free will is still a factor here. And so the King of Clits, the King of Water, gives the space, the room for people to have their own feelings, process their own feelings, their emotions, but also like maturely balances and cares for his own feelings. So, yeah, what else? Anything else here, guys? Yeah, it's one of those things, like some of you might love someone who's not loving themselves, and so you have to walk away. You may even have to tell them, like, I don't love you anymore, even though you do, because it's not functional, it's misfortune, it's hurting both of you. And so while it might hurt you to do that, it's kind of like, well, I don't want to love you. I'm choosing to allow myself to stop loving you, or to detach from you, or to let you go in some way, because you're just abusing me and yourself by staying stuck in this energy, by, putting the soup on the stove and the burner and just leaving it alone, being reckless, being careless, being, you know, that's not gonna pan out well. So if that's you, that's you. If it's not you, don't worry about it. These are general messages here. It also feels like for some, we don't have that card here, but for some, I think something kind of like a tower moment happened. It's not showing up as the tower because it wasn't really out of the blue or all of a sudden. There were things happening like in preparation for this. There was a buildup. Like intuitive people, psychic people could maybe have seen this. There were thought forms around. Like there was a process, but it seemed on some level to be out of the blue, where there was something that came in that really like shook something up for somebody. It's like, oh, I always believed this. I was always this way, and now some sort of catalyst energy, okay, is what I'm seeing. It shook things up. And now there are maybe some defense mechanisms that have been activated, or there is some confusion here. Somebody's judgment is impaired because they're like bewildered. They're like, whoa, you know, it's kind of like foreign to them, whatever they're integrating right now. And the King of Klitz is showing up saying, okay, we got this, we can do this, like this eventually will be integrated or, you know, cleansed, it'll wash out. But it may be a process, it may take time, and yeah, you got your messages for advice that needed to come through about this. I don't feel like I need to reinforce that anymore or continue on. I will leave your messages here, guys. Many blessings to you. Okay, positive thinking equals power here, the Page of Flesh Swords. And I don't mean like toxic positive thinking, but I mean like really taking some time to like compliment yourself in the mirror, or point out what is going right, point out what is good about this situation or this person. Point out what you are capable of doing, instead of like always being in the negative, or letting that pendulum slip too far into this devil reverse perverted, self-sabotaging, nailing myself to the past direction. Okay, because this is more of like illumination, fresh new beginnings. You see the light, at least at the end of the tunnel. You have some sort of assistance with it. Okay, many blessings to you, and bye-bye.